presents to you Honest Talk.
Hi folks, today Madam Lara Bezerra is going to join us for talk. Lara Bezerra's international career in the pharmaceutical industry spans 27 years, 3 continents, 7 countries, in several positions, being in senior leadership positions of multinationals, general manager and managing director, since 2003. Asia is the 3rd continent she is working in. She has been successful as a female executive, having some pioneer positions as the first female leader appointed as executive president of the Bayer Group in Latin America, Venezuela. She is Brazilian and has worked in American, German, and Swiss multinational pharmaceutical companies. As a result of her transformational work based on purpose in India, Lara was featured in different media. An article about her work in India was written by Michael Chavez, the CEO of Duke Corporate Education, in his monthly column about purpose in the organizations in Forbes, where he mentions her as the first chief purpose officer in an executive leadership position. Michael Chavez has also referred to Lara's work in his most recent book, Rehumanizing Leadership, Putting Purpose Back into Business, as a business case on how to introduce purpose to corporations. Until December 2019, Lara was the Chief Purpose Officer, Managing Director of Roche Pharma, in India. So, let's begin our talk with Madam Lara Bezerra.
So first of all, ma'am, I welcome you to in this session. Thank you so much for joining and agreeing to share your thoughts with us. We are extremely very happy to have you for today's talk.
It's my pleasure, Harsh. It's really my pleasure to be here with you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's our pleasure too. So moving to the topic of today's session, which we have chosen, is increasing importance of bringing the chief purpose officer in each of the co-workers, starting by the leaders. Ma'am, my first question, which I would like to raise it here, and also I would request you to tell our viewers, ma'am, what role does chief purpose officer play in an organization?
Well, this is a very good question. I will share with you what was my experience.
Sure.
From being a managing director, I became a chief purpose officer. In my view, the chief purpose officer is anybody who is leading a company, or anybody that at a certain moment should lead teams and lead others towards some vision. So how I became a chief purpose officer is that within a transformation that the company went through, we have changed the business model, the operating model, in order to have a much more self-organized groups, to be much closer to our clients, to have each of the employees doing their best. So having an environment where people in groups could find the best strategy to really add value to our clients, to our stakeholders, but also to our society. In thinking and working like this, you will start to need much less of a manager, because you need somebody that manages people and people's tasks when people do not have the autonomy, the ability, and the possibility to take decisions and decide strategies. So in this way, when the whole team, the whole organization started to be much more proactive, deciding themselves, being self-managed, by a time, I didn't need anymore to be a managing director. The chief purpose officer is the one who inspires people to go towards the vision of the company and to align your own purpose with the purpose of the company. Meaning, helping people to wake up every morning, being super happy to go to work because you know that you are doing something that is adding value to society and to your own life. So this is how I became a chief purpose officer, and how I believe that is the role of a chief purpose officer in an organization as I was.
All right, ma'am, it's really a pleasure to listen from you, and also you have explained very well what does mean chief purpose officer. Ma'am, my next question to you, if we talk about the importance of a chief purpose officer for an organization, then what do you believe? What is the importance of chief purpose officer for an organization?
Harsh, I think that each day, each month, and each year more, the role of the leaders are changing. The organizations, what they need right now is to be relevant. What means to be relevant? Means to add the proper value to the society, to the community. Yeah? And a chief purpose officer role that is increasing right now is to take the best out of all employees and also help all of the employees to be so open to what is going on with their clients, the market dynamics, that they will see what is emerging and what changes are coming, so they can evolve the company by having new ideas. So the chief purpose officer role nowadays is really to have the best environment for people to do their best and be able to see what is the dynamic of the market so they can adapt and evolve with it.
All right, ma'am. It is again a very wonderful answer from your side, ma'am. My next question to you: what can be the ways to increase importance of bringing the chief purpose officer in each of the co-workers, starting by the leader?
The way to do this, I think that there are probably two approaches that have to be done together. One approach is to be sure that whatever business you are, so if it is a small company, a medium company, a big company, the first thing that everybody has to ask is, what business am I in? So I give the example that I am repeating the last period a lot, the Kodak example. The Kodak example was that they were probably in a certain purpose. As they started to be market leader, they confused their purpose with the service, the product that they were delivering. The purpose of Kodak was always to bring images to memory of people. And the faster way that you could bring memories to people, this would be better. But then they got stuck by being the market leader and selling photographic paper and analogic photograph camera. A very visionary and a very purpose-driven employee that understood the purpose of Kodak came to them and told, with all the emerging digital things that are coming, I am able to put in digital much more memories in a faster time, in a very lower cost. And what the company did? Oh, this will cannibalize our company. Let's stop it. So if they would have stick to their purpose and tell, we are in the business of creating memories, there is somebody coming that is bringing this to us, they would have evolved what they are delivering, but keeping the same purpose. So if you know what business you are in, this is one side for you to bring purpose to an organization. The other is to have more people as this visionary employee who brought the digital camera to the board of Kodak. Meaning, find within your strength and what you know best, what would be new deliverables for our purpose. So if you allow each of the co-workers to be able to give opinion and see what is emerging in the market and come with ideas, they are doing their purpose, living their purpose through the purpose of the company. So the short answer is focus on the right purpose of the company, what business you are in, and help the individuals to live their purpose through adding value to the service or product purpose of the company.
All right, ma'am. Again, you very greatly explained, and I think those who are watching this session, of course, they are going to take much from this session. It is going to be much fruitful for them also. Ma'am, my next question to you: how an organization can decide do they need chief purpose officer or don't they need?
To be very honest, I think that the question would be how to make companies aware that even if you do not have the title of chief purpose officer, how you make all the leaders understanding their purpose and helping the other employees understanding their purpose and identifying the purpose of the company. There is no way, Harsh, in the future, with everything that is going on, that a company will have a leader without purpose. This will be like having a company that is doing what they are doing, keeping their place where they are. They might be a little innovative, but the exponential growth will not come. The adaptation, for example, for the new normal after COVID, if somebody does not have a purpose and understand that there is a need to change, to adapt, to be flexible, the company will die together with the person. For this, it's very important that you understand the meaning of what you are doing. You can have different names, finding a meaning, finding the why, finding the purpose, but this relevance of us as individuals and companies will be very important for companies to be sustainable after COVID. So it's not the question which company will need a chief purpose officer or not. So the name don't need to be there. But yes, all companies have to do the exercise of finding purpose and have to have some champions that know how to do it and inspire others to do it.
Again, ma'am, you mentioned one point which I like the most, and I'm quite impressed with that. The point is that there is no mean to having a leader without a purpose. And I think all those who are working in an organization, they need to understand, or leaders and our co-workers need to understand the purpose. Only they can achieve their objective. Ma'am, my next question to you, how to communicate with the employees regarding the expectation and personal accountability?
This is like the egg and the chicken. You only have to communicate the employees their accountabilities and responsibilities if they are not committed. So for me, if I have to remind anybody who works with me what are their obligations and responsibilities, I didn't do my work well to inspire this person to come every day to do something for the society, for his or her community, through the product or service of my company. So whatever company I ever worked, for me, the first thing that was very important is that each one understands that they are part of a big game. If they do not do their part, this big game cannot be even played. So for me, it's very important that they understand that they are part of something much bigger. Because if you are in whatever company, there is an additional value that you are bringing to society, that one person is part. And the leader has the obligation of making each one understanding what is exactly the importance that each individual has for the big result. When this awareness of each individual is there, that I am part of this big result, I have a responsibility, then you do not have to remember them. Even more, they will find new responsibilities because they will see that it is so important to deliver these, that they will try to find better ways to deliver it. So I rather say that a good leader can look to the team and understand if the things are going to the right direction, if they have to stop people from work, ask them to go home on time, ask them to have a balance of life, and force a way that they can have family and personal time. If you have, and I repeat, you have to think on the responsibility and accountability of the employees, you are doing something wrong to inspire them to be there.
All right, ma'am. Ma'am, my next question to you, what can be the ways how to monitor and evaluate job performance of an employee?
This is a very good question that has been discussed a lot lately in all of the companies that are transforming about performance. I cannot give you a precise answer on how to measure performance if we need to pay bonus. To be honest, I rather not to measure performance of an individual person. And I rather not pay bonus for an individual person. I would rather have kind of outcomes that we have to achieve together. And because of the outcomes that we have to achieve together, we have steps that we have to comply so we will be able to deliver the last outcome. So each group will be responsible for part of these steps to achieve the outcome. In this way, everybody will understand there is not an individual objective or a performance of an individual person. But if as a group we are able to be responsible, the end goal of creating value to the society will be delivered. Yeah. So what I know that I am against is to measure performance against financial deliverables. If you are measuring performance against sales, profitability, then the end goal of the business will be money and not the value that you are adding. So, very important for me, measure performance, not of a single person, but the collaboration that people have together. And measure performance through the value that you are adding to society and the answer of the clients and stakeholders. If you would have to measure the individual, let's try to measure by the level of collaboration that this person has with others and feedback of everybody from how much this person is committed to the business, to the clients, to the stakeholders, to the colleagues.
All right, ma'am. Again, it was really a very wonderful answer from your side. Ma'am, my next question to you, what can be the best possible ways to motivate and boost employees' means all the time and increase their productivity?
I think that the best way to increase motivation is to let them know how good they are doing in what they are doing, to make them feel valued. So if it is very clear the outcome that we have to achieve, and it's very clear that this outcome that we have to achieve is adding value to society, we acknowledge and recognize each step of the way. So then, it's a very good question, Harsh, because this complements the other part of the performance. I am much more in favor of many recognitions and celebrations instead of paying bonus for performance. So I believe in the recognition part if we are able to make kind of systems where the co-workers themselves, each time that one step is being achieved, they select which was the colleague who really collaborate a lot and help to accelerate the deliverable of this value. If you are able to make a mechanism where people celebrate each other and they publicly tell stories about good examples of the organization itself, you don't need to motivate. The organization is self-motivated by the colleagues' feedback on how is the best way to collaborate together in order to deliver the value that we have to deliver to the clients and the stakeholders. The best way is when we delegate, we give the responsibility of the celebration to the own organization, because then you don't make a mistake to judge wrongly. There is nobody better than the team itself to recognize and celebrate the best colleagues. And these will motivate automatically.
Absolutely true, ma'am. So I don't want to take your much time, ma'am. Moving to my last question of this session. The question is, ma'am, does productivity increases when employee work from home or work remotely?
I don't think that is the fact of working remotely or from home that increases productivity. I tell you why I think this. There are many people that working from home, they do not have a space to work from home. They have the children, they have other obligations that might distract or might make much more difficult, and you will not be able to deliver productivity. There are other people that will be able to work from home, be much closer to the family, although it's overwhelming, feel much more energized because it's closer to the family. Each individual will develop this feeling differently. What I do believe is that what can increase productivity is if you have this flexibility to allow the co-workers to choose from working from home or working from the office according to what they think that is more productive for them. In case the ones that tell, I would like to work from office because I do not have a space at home, or I cannot organize my life at home, how can then you help them to have the right space at home? And also, how can you help them to organize themselves so they are more time closer to their families? What I really believe is that as much as you break this barrier between the professional and personal life, and you understand that you live one life where your work is part of your life, then the productivity comes. But it's very important that you know where to draw this very thin line, that you do not work the whole time and you have your work as part of your pride and spirit and soul, but you dedicate the right time for you as a person, for your things and for your family. So, short answer, I think productivity depends on you helping each human being to be in the environment where they can give their best. And this will differ, and is our obligation to check with them and see what is the best.
Again, ma'am, it was really a very wonderful answer from your side, and also it was a very wonderful, great discussion with you over the topic, and I think this is a healthy discussion with you over the topic. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining, most importantly, giving your important time. It was a great discussion with you.
Thank you, Harsh. Thank you a lot, and very good luck to you.
Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.